Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's layout, we are using the Paisleys and Petals collection from Fancy Pants Design. I am on their creative team, and so I am pulling this kit back out to use it. I still have plenty of nice titles to use, plenty of the ephemera to use, and plenty of the papers. So my thought right now is to simply take my 1.5 inch punch, because I have seemed to misplace my 1 inch punch. That's the one I ideally wanted. But I don't want to waste any more time trying to hunt for it, because I must have used it on something and did not put her back. So, my thought was, I think I've done something similar in the past where I cut out a lot of the circles, and I'm going to use it as a textured frame once I cut this one out as a circle, and tuck them all in and definitely get it full and luscious and kind of, not to say distress the edges, but flip them up, and then tuck all the little florally bits into it so that it looks like a flower. Is kind of how I'm getting. This collection definitely has beautiful colors together, the aqua, the teals, and the peaches and the blush. So that's why I chose this photo from my Persnickety box. These are the 4-inch square photos you get from the subscription. I just had the box. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. The Persnickety subscription box. So I do have it linked down below. I love the prints from here. I got the border on this one. My next box I have doesn't have the border. Not to say I don't like it. I just feel like something about it. But I chose this one because we went to a dolphin game and the aqua color of the Miami Dolphins match it pretty well. So I thought that could be a fun story, and maybe like do the journaling like in a circle around it. Could be kind of cool as well. So that's what we're working with. So all you'll need for this is your circle punch, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm glad I kept a lot of my bits, because maybe I don't have to cut into too many 12x12, so that I can still have some of this kit to play with another time. And even this one is just so pretty. Like, I want to, like cut out those circles and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely, I still have plenty to use. Plenty for sure. Oh, and even this one. See, this was probably the cutout from the last one I did. So actually, this is perfect, because I want to get these elements perfectly on there. And what else am I looking at? These, I can punch these directly out, because that's easy to capture. And then the pink, which is perfect too. And that's the lace one again. And this one is, and I love this color. Okay, let's get punching. Okay, so this is the voiceover time, and let me just say that the end result of this layout is fantastic. So all I used is this 1.5 inch circle punch, and took the time to get like the image or the illustration on the paper that I wanted in the circle. That way I knew whenever I started layering them in like a circle around my circle picture, which you'll see me do soon, that the illustrations would be something ideally that I wanted. Now, could it have been completely random and totally looked fine as well? Absolutely. Does my layout look, like a million times better if I had just done it randomly? I don't know. But the outcome of it definitely looks really, really cool. And what also makes it cool, so once you've gotten all your circles, and I do punch out quite a lot, is like almost bending them up a little bit off the page. That dimension and ability when you see it, when it comes to it, definitely just has it pop. Like, it could stay flat by all means, but when it's curled up a little bit and made to look like flower petals, it definitely takes the cake then. So as you can see, just on these ones that are like full pattern, I'm just kind of punching and going, punching and going, punching and going. And you can do this, once again, I think I always kind of like, showing you layouts where I get to, how I always describe it, like showcase a collection. So if you're ever working with a specific kit and you want to show off all the pattern papers, or if you two find yourself on a design team and you have to show off all the pattern papers in your project, something like this definitely packs a punch, because as you can see, I am using all of the pattern papers, and I think sometimes that is what's important when you are working in a kit. Could this also be done if it was multiple collections that maybe all had a similar color theme or a similar thing of the just like flowers? All means it could, and I will definitely keep this layout in my memory so that I can possibly create it again. For some of them, I think there was 2 pattern papers that I didn't want to quite cut into, because I still have plans for the other ones, even though I have
done pretty well. How many layouts have I created with this? Maybe this is my 4th one already. So that's pretty good. I like to always keep track of stuff like that. So here I am with my new Platinum 6 Spellbinders manual die cutting machine. I recently hauled this, and I think my last video also showed me using it. It is such an upgrade from the cutter bug that I had this whole time, and I highly recommend, if you don't have like a nicer manual die cutting machine and you find yourself drawn to buying dies, definitely do it, because I've only had it a few weeks and I'm in love with it, you guys. I'm in love with having it. It's so easy, so fluid, and I definitely just want to buy all the dies now. So here I am kind of looking at it and kind of placing out. You will see that I am favoring sort of like the lower half of the paper. I did that on purpose, so that it just kind of interacted with the edge on the bottom. You totally can do this in the center, or you can pick another side where it would kind of lean off of. I just think gives it a little bit extra interest. You do not have to do that step, but it's something that I did. And so here I am just having I cut out my circle of my photo and just starting that concentric rings, as you can see. And then once I have my first layer, I just took the picture off at this point and just kind of kept on going. Things like this that are very repetitive in nature, I am definitely listening to an audiobook or maybe jamming to some music. That's how things like these projects get done, at least for me. For me, when I'm putting down the circles, I am just making sure no two patterns repeat touching each other. So if I have something that is a little pastel-y, I make sure to get something with more of a darker color, and vice versa. If I start off with something that's dark, I don't want to put another dark one right next to it. Definitely pick up something lighter tie and keep it going, just so that interest is always there. And you can already see, just with 2 loops and I'm starting the 3rd loop or ring around it, already looking so fantastic with all the patterns. So like I said, gonna keep this in mind. What you will see me do also is I do matte my photo, and I put it on the dark green pattern paper with the leaves. So I do get a matte for that, and I do put my photo on fun foam so that it's dimensional when it's in the center. I'm not sure if I have the footage for that, but that is what happens when you see the photo already on the paper. I think this is like 3 rings already. I do 4 or 5. It does get chunky. Here we are. It is chunky, so I didn't film the rest of it because I was like, it's repeating. Let me just turn it off, and that way I can just come back when I had it. So you can see the picture's already matted and it's attached. And so this is me lifting up all of those kind of the half circle up, because I put glue on one half, and then I'm lifting up all of them. I lifted up all of them. And then you see all the die cuts already spilled out all over my desk, and I have a few around that I wanted to tuck into it, and I mostly went with all of the leaves. I do believe I picked up a few of the florals as well, but I still had a lot of the branches and, you know, leaf foliage essence kind of icons, and those are the ones that I kind of pinched and tucked underneath all of these. And it's so good. Like, look how beautiful that is. So good. So here I am with the leaves, and I'm just putting a little bit of that Tombow mono liquid glue. And this one, I think, yeah, did I use it for the whole layout? I'm pretty sure I did. I do have other glue. I always have like a variety of glues on my desk. Whatever isn't clogged gets utilized in my book, because they all get clogged eventually. No glue is ever not getting clogged in this house. Everything always gets clogged eventually. So as you see, I'm just tucking and going. I think I slowed it down a little bit just so you can see that it's very random. There's no like me putting it in like 3 spots and then deciding. It's just gluing and where can I snugly put it in and bend it up. That's all it is. You can do this with any kind of icon pack that's available. And then for the title, I still had Happy and Fun Day, and since this was on a Sunday, I thought Happy Fun Day around arched around the top was perfect. I do finish off with the enamel dots from the collection that match perfectly, and then I go in with Heidi's Swap Color Shine for gold's paint splatter, and that does round out this layout. In the back, all I did was put the year and where we were, and that it was just me and him alone, and Valentina was at the grandparents' house, so that way I always know the year, at least, that we are still attending these games. So fun.
Okay, that will wrap up this video, everyone. Look how textured and absolutely gorgeous. And it looks like a flower. It looks like a flower. happy fun day. And it was Sunday fun day because obviously we went to a football game. So good, you guys. So good. Look at that. All right. I will leave the link to this collection down below. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And until next time, everyone. Bye.